Hey guys, it's Elle. Welcome back to my channel and happy Foundation Friday. Today we are jumping into something that I know has been much requested, and it is the new The Healthy Foundation by Physicians formula. I'm also going to be trying out their primer that goes with the foundation and obviously all of their skin products. So I'm really excited to try these out, give them a really great wear test. So if you want to know more about that, hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and let's do it. All right, so this foundation is, let's see here, I have it pulled up on Target. I bought this at Ulta actually, and it's $12.99. Basically what it says breathable, brightening formula for radiant complexion, nourishing formula with hyaluronic acid, which is what drew me to it, and then has SPF 20, and it has a doe foot applicator, I guess. I have not even dove into this yet. It has no fragrance added. No, it's paraben free, vegan, which I love, and phthalate free. It also has Chinese Wu Zun Yi extract, totally butchered that, which is obviously adds to that brightening in the skin, and hydration obviously is from hyaluronic acid. It is basically for all skin types, it says. And they say it says how to use, and all it says is shake the bottle before each use. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use on the right side of my face, I am just purely going to use the foundation with a beauty blender. And on the left side of my face, I'm going to be using the illuminizing primer, which that's this right here. And it's called Spotlight Illuminating Primer. I'm super excited about this. It says with age-defining actives, which is fantastic. And then I'm going to be using the foundation with a brush because since that's going to give some luminosity, I don't want to alter the end result of the foundation by using a beauty blender. This, I have not been able to find what finish this is supposed to give your skin. So I'm assuming it's a skin finish. I don't know. We're about to find out. So I got the color MW2. I don't know if it's the right one. Again, it looks a little bit dark, so I might have to bring it all the way down, but let's just get in here. And I just have my skincare on. If you're wondering what skincare I usually use during the day, make sure you're following me on Instagram, and make sure you're checking out my stories because I've been posting my AM and PM routines, which has been really fun. All right, so there we go. It is really dark on me, but that's okay. You know us. We can work with this. All right, so I'm just going to bounce this all over the skin. It says it has a medium coverage. And again, the coverage of the foundation with things like this is going to be all about the application, you know, how much you apply. So this is a very light version of the application. It is a light to light medium at best, and I put quite a bit on the skin. So let's get in here. The doe foot applicator for me, I don't know. I rather have it in a pump so I can pump out, you know, enough product. This way I have to continuously wipe this thing all over my face, and then it's going back in the bottle, you know, hygiene stuff. All right. And of course the beauty blender is going to give it a little bit more of a sheer consistency. It's very pretty on the skin. It absolutely feels very lightweight. It is definitely more of a hydrating finish, so somebody that is a little bit more combination to oily, I would recommend using your regular traditional oil controlling primer if you are going to try this foundation. So let's take a quick look up close. It's very pretty on the skin. It is very, very pretty. I love how glowy it is. I love how healthy the skin looks. It doesn't feel tacky at all at this moment. It definitely comes off on my hand. I don't know if it'll dry down or not. It makes me a little nervous with the hyaluronic acid in it that it won't dry down. So just have to be careful of that. But I cannot get this to build up anymore. So let's try to do one more coat and see if we can get this to a more medium finish. Yeah, so you can build this, but not a lot. So if you're looking for a medium to full coverage, this is not what this foundation is. It is definitely more of a light to medium coverage, because you can still see all of my freckles and stuff, which does not bother me, but you can still see the skin through it, which I absolutely love as well. So let's dive into the other side. I'm gonna be really interested to see what it's like with a brush. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the primer on the other side. I'm just gonna use my hands. Beautiful. That reminds me a lot of the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. It looks just like it. This is beautiful. This might be one of the best dupes I have found for the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is done beautifully. All right, you guys, so I love this primer. I will definitely be reaching for this again. I think it gives a beautiful luminosity to the skin. It doesn't feel tacky once it's on. It feels like there's really nothing on the skin. Look how pretty the skin looks. I'm kind of blown away by this. So, yay, that's great. Okay, so let's go in with the foundation again. It might make this foundation be a little too dewy and glowy, but we're about to find out. And the color doesn't seem to be oxidizing on me, which is great. So now I'm just going in with my Sigma F80. Okay, I'm getting a lot more coverage with the brush, which is great. So if you want a little bit more of a sheer coverage, this foundation absolutely acts as it should, where you get more coverage from a brush than you do the Beauty Blender. I actually like it with the brush better over this primer. I mean, look at this. It is so pretty. It's showing a little bit of my texture here. Now you have to remember, illuminizing primers or illuminizing products in general, if you have texture on the skin, large pores, things that kind of are raised, it's going to bring that out. So that's why people with texture really like a more matte finish to a foundation and really use highlighters and glowier products strategically. It feels weightless on the skin. This side did not necessarily dry down all the way. I'm not too overly concerned about that, but obviously if you're wearing clothes, make sure you're very cognizant of that because it will rub off on clothes. I'm just going to bring this down a little bit because it's a little bit darker. When your foundation's a little bit darker than you, bring it all the way down to your décolleté, and don't forget your ears. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up my makeup and I'll be right back. All right, so the rest of my makeup is on. I think it looks very, very pretty on the skin. I don't think that it looks super makeup-y. You definitely can see it. Oh, I have a big old brush here on me. You definitely can see it on the skin, so it's not like the lightest weight coverage like a CC cream or a Makeup Forever water blend or anything like that, or even a Derma Blend drops. But it, after I set it, I did set it with an illuminizing powder, but I don't feel, it feels like it's not drying down all the way. So again, transfer might be an issue for you. But so far, I really think it's beautiful. I think it looks great on the skin. I absolutely love this side. I think that this gives such a really beautiful, like radiant, like lit from within look on this side of the face. This one looks very pretty too, but you can absolutely see the difference in the skin with that primer. So let's give this a good wear test. We are gonna pop outside really quickly so I can show you in natural light, and hopefully it holds up. It doesn't really claim to be a long wearing foundation. There's nothing on it that basically says like, this is going to stay on for 25 hours or anything like that. So we're gonna give it a good wear test, but see what time it starts to break down if it does. And yeah, we'll go from there. So let's go outside and show you in natural light. All right, so here it is in natural light. I mean, this is some serious tan. I am not hating on it at all, though I love a bit of a tan. I really think this is a beautiful foundation. This is what it kind of looks like up close. If I were you that have a more oilier skin, I would absolutely set this with a regular translucent powder. I wouldn't go in for a luminizing powder. I love it because I'm more normal to dry. I just love the way it gave the skin a little bit more luminosity. But it is a more natural skin finish foundation, so absolutely use your regular mattifying primer as well as a regular setting powder, and I think it actually would look beautiful on oilier skin too. Again, it's not set down, so it's going to transfer, but so far so good. I love the primer. You can't beat the price. It's so reminiscent of the Becca Bat-like priming filter. I do wish that they had another one that had a little bit more gold in it so deeper complexions could wear it, because deeper complexions couldn't really wear this primer because it is more on the cooler side. I think everybody from light to probably deeper medium skin tone can wear this illuminizing primer, because the Becca Backlight priming filter, even deep skin can wear that because of the gold in it, the richness of the color. So that's something to consider about the primer as well. But the foundation so far so good. Feels really good on the skin. I love that it's vegan. I love that it's paraben free. I like that it has more good ingredients. So we'll see how it wears, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, you guys, so here we are in natural light at about 5 hours later. It is looking really, really good. This side is looking quite a bit more luminous, obviously with the primer underneath it. And this side has actually stayed pretty matte, which I actually do not mind. I think it's actually a great test to see the foundation if you were more of oilier skin type. It actually stays matte. It doesn't get like too luminous, which is fantastic. And I don't even have a primer underneath this one, and I think it looks so pretty. I obviously like this side a little bit better, but I am getting quite a bit luminous here. You can't necessarily see it too much on camera, but I want to kind of zoom in so you can see the skin. It's really looking nice. I'm a big fan so far of this foundation, and I will let you know. We're going to check in a couple more hours. Okay. All right, you guys, so it is at the very end of the night. It seems that when I've been doing these lately that it's much later than I expected. We are definitely at hour 12, and the foundation actually looks really pretty still. Definitely has got some dew to it, which I am not mad at, but you know, it's a significant amount, but more obviously on this side of the face than this side. I love how this section has kind of held up. It has started to break up around my nose and around this area. Again, it does not claim to be this super long wearing foundation. It does, you know, it doesn't promise that. So we don't want to overpromise, you know, type of situation with that foundation, but in my opinion, it's held up really well. It's a beautiful foundation. I'm excited to wear it again. You know, some texture right here is starting to show through. Just the wear is kind of starting to come up, but overall, I really think this foundation is stellar. I think it's great for more normal to dry skin. If you're oily, like we talked about, really prep it. I do want to say something about the fragrance, though. I forgot to say something earlier. The fragrance in the formula is quite aggressive. Now, when I first put it on, I didn't even really notice it, but as I kind of was walking around the house and doing my stuff, I started to be like, what is that smell? Oh my gosh, it's my face. It definitely did stay with me for probably about 4 or 5 hours. So if that's something that bothers you, that is going to be a huge drawback to this foundation, because it does have a very, very aggressive scent that does not leave. So I would love to see this foundation without that scent. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Mwah.